As with all yoga postures, a solid foundation is of paramount importance, and the handstand is no different. When I first learnt to practice the handstand, I tried to balance by kicking up the legs individually, but I soon realised the main drawbacks of this method. Kicking up the legs one at a time meant I had to find the balance point twice, so I was only able to stay up for moments at a time. And because there was no firm foundation ever being established, I would usually fall over. Before we can move into the full handstand, we must first learn the steps to establish the half handstand and the positioning of both the hands and shoulders. Bringing yourself into the Utkatasana posture, place the hands onto the floor just in front of the feet. Then lifting up onto the tiptoes and keeping the arms straight and strong, bring the shoulders over and in front of the wrists, keeping the knees bent and the quads connected in towards the chest. Kicking both feet up, try to lift the heels up towards the sit bones. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, come down. Don't think about balancing at this point, just a steady control lift up and an easy release back down. The continuity of this method will start to create some strong upper body and shoulder strength that's necessary for a secure and balanced handstand. If needed, you can move the hands further away from the feet so you have a little more room to create the momentum to lift up. Once you can do this steadily with full control, lifting up and carefully dropping down, see if you can stay up for one breath before you release the feet back to the mat. Keep on with this method until you can quite effortlessly stay up in half handstand for 15 to 20 breaths. Once you can stay here for that long, you are now ready to move into the full posture as your foundation has been firmly created. First, move into the half handstand and with your balance point established, very carefully start to straighten both the legs up into the full handstand. The balance point can be quite precarious, and the secret is to make sure your hands continue to define and maintain the balance point. If your hands stay static, you will fall over. It's a similar idea in the standing leg lift. As you stand on one leg with the other outstretched, your standing leg foot has to do all the work to keep you balanced. And so in handstand, the hands will be constantly moving, sometimes very subtly. Falling or tipping over only usually happens when the legs are straight and there is no foundation in place. I find with this method of handstand practice, falling over rarely happens, as the half handstand posture is firmly established before the legs become straight. In Ashtanga Yoga, the handstand as a posture in its own right features in the Advanced C series, but it can be used to move between postures in other sequences. For example, the transition from Uttanasana to Chaturanga Dandasana in Surya Namaskar A, lifting out of Navasana in the primary series, and moving into Urdhva Kukutasana in the third series. To inspire and motivate us to accomplish the handstand, we can remember Guruji Patabi Joyce's inspirational quote, "Yoga is 99% practice and 1% theory."